There are moments when the pressure doesn't just build. It crushes. You sit alone, exhausted, with your hands on your head. One email away from losing it all. You've tried to stay strong. To stay calm. But inside, something's breaking. This video is for that moment. Because when life feels like too much, the answer isn't to fight harder. It's to let go, radically. In today's world, especially in the West, we're taught to push through. To grind. To control every outcome. But control is an illusion. And the more we cling to it, the more we suffer. Radical acceptance sounds like giving up. But it's not. It's the opposite. For thousands of years, Eastern traditions have shown another way. A path that doesn't resist reality. But meets it, completely. This isn't a theory. It's a lived truth. Something that many of us eventually discover. At the breaking point. Sometimes everything looks fine on the outside. Deadlines met, meetings done, responsibilities handled. But beneath the surface? Panic. Doubt. A quiet voice whispering, "You're failing." You lie awake at night thinking, what if this can't be fixed? What if everything falls apart? The more you fight those thoughts, the more they push back. And then, there's a wall. That moment when the body is still. But the mind is ready to snap. But instead of breaking, something can shift. There's a pause. A crack in the noise. But wait. What if the very thing we fear, losing control, is exactly what saves us? That question has stayed with many. And it leads to something unexpected. We're taught that surrender is weakness. But in the East, surrender is often the beginning of wisdom. That moment, where control is released, doesn't have to be failure. It can be clarity. The Buddhists call it non-resistance. Taoist teachings call it wu-wei, effortless action. Zen reminds us, when you stop clinging, you finally see. It doesn't mean apathy. It means seeing reality exactly as it is. Without judgment. Without panic. There comes a point when you stop trying to fix everything in your mind. The fear is allowed to exist. The confusion is met without a mask. And in that stillness, something deeper can emerge. Peace. No thought will save you. No productivity trick. Only presence. Peace doesn't arrive because the problem disappears. It arrives when we stop pretending the problem shouldn't be there. Radical acceptance doesn't mean liking what's happening. It means no longer fighting it. That shift, from resistance to presence, is the bridge between breakdown and breakthrough. In ancient Eastern wisdom, suffering begins the moment we resist what is. But acceptance, full, honest acceptance, creates space. Space for compassion. For clarity. And eventually, for peace. Stress will still show up. Overwhelm will still visit. But now, it can be met differently. With breath. With awareness. With the quiet strength that comes when control is no longer the goal. So if you're at your edge right now, if you're tired of holding it all together, if the pressure is louder than your peace, then stop. Not forever. Just for a moment. Let go of the fight. Breathe. And listen. Because deep inside, you already know. You don't have to fix everything to be free. You just have to meet this moment, fully. And if this speaks to something in you, then subscribe. Not for more noise, but for more clarity. More calm. More ancient wisdom. For modern stress.